About 2 years ago, we moved into a brand new office at Syrp and finally had the space for an epic studio. This got us thinking, why don't we build our own site from scratch for under $5,000? A cyc, or a cyclorama, is a studio fit-out where there are no visible corners, giving the illusion of an infinite background. We shoot a bunch of product video in our studio, and this would be perfect. The only problem is a professional cyc can cost tens of thousands of dollars to install, so I got stuck into designing the most cost-effective way to retrofit our office basement into a pro-grade cyc. The main challenge is creating a smooth curve from the floor to the wall that will blend seamlessly when painted white. To do this, we'll be fitting a frame into the current walls that will hold our curved ribs. These are much like the ones you'll find on a boat, and we'll be fitting them into the horizontal and vertical corners. The flat walls will be covered in drywall and the ribs in 2 layers of flexible MDF. After a coat of white paint and a ton of bog, it should all blend seamlessly. Now that we have a plan, it's off to buy the materials.
Boss's credit card. Are you guys psyched?
Tony.
Where am I parking around here anyway, guys?
Just anywhere.
Well, I'm gonna block these dudes if I park here. Monday morning at Bunnings. It's pretty packed. Everyone getting their supplies and we're down here getting everyone's way, yeah. So we're just building some frames to then put our cyc base, like the curvature, fix it to this timber wall that we're building. And then we just can lay the sheets on top of that.
We made the frames from standard 2x4s, constructing them on the ground and then lifting them into place.
This is going straight up like that. Yeah. Hang on. That's way off. Hey, that looks way off, bro. Oh no. Phew. How did it?
Just setting up for our second day of getting the cyc wheel built. Got it all framed up yesterday. It's all sorted, so we're going to start lining it today. Going to line the walls with jib. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our jib in, but we're going to stop it about here. And then from here we're going to put our ribs and run it down, so the curved bit's going to actually butt straight up to it. So we're going to have a jib running up right down the center, down this stud. And then from this, what's going to butt up to it is 2 layers of 4.7mm MDF, which are going to curve around here.
Time to crack into it, is it?
Yep, get it done. Lots to do, so better get going.
Well, Matt, we're getting through it, aren't we?
Slowly but surely.
Day 3, jibs up. Jib stoppers have been in, done the start of their work, and yeah, before we got to that point, we got in a little bit of trouble. We originally made the cyc walls a little bit higher than needed because we were hoping to be able to skateboard on them in our downtime. But that actually made our studio a lot smaller, so we had to sacrifice the skateboarding.
Now we have our frame and jib, it's time for the ribs. We cut these out of 18mm ply, which is strong enough to support the curve and thick enough to screw into the top of. The ribs were designed in SolidWorks and then cut out using a template to save time. We made sure to double up on the ribs where our MDF sheets joined, so there's enough room to screw into. Hey buddy, you look tired there.
Bit tired, eh? Bit sleepy.
Is that because I've been letting you do all the work?
Yeah, what's going on here? No, it's going good. Day 1000. I don't even know where we're at now, but...
Started counting days, I think it's such time to start counting weeks.
Anyways, these will slot in here. There'll be 2 in the center for where the sheets join, because we're gonna run strips from this piece here to this piece. And you see that these strips will taper in as we get narrower, yeah, towards the bottom. So then we're also going to put 1 more in the center for support. And it's really just a matter of taking your time and just doing it. Yeah, working it as you go.
With the framing and ribs in place, it was time to bend the MDF into position. We used 2 sheets of 6mm MDF which were screwed and glued down. This created a lamination when the glue hardened, holding the curve better than if we'd used a single sheet. For our 2 wall corners, we made them like pizzas. 4 ribs held 6 horizontal strips in place, which were then covered with 8 vertical triangles. This is a complicated compound curve, which we'd definitely avoid if we did this project again. Fiberglass drywall tape was placed over all the joins to achieving the smooth curve once plastered. Final step was to plaster, sand and paint. This was a wildly dusty process, so be sure to use adequate protection such as masks and ventilation. We used a flat neutral white ceiling paint for the whole site, as the super matte surface is needed for hiding any imperfections and avoiding glare that would ruin the infinity effect of the studio. With everything done, we're ready to shoot in our brand new studio. Building a cyc is a challenging process, but with some patience and hard work, you can end up with a versatile and professional shooting spec. If you enjoyed this build, subscribe to the Syrp channel for more filmmaking guides and tutorials.